Welcome. I'm John Macaroon. It's over. You all know it. I know it. I told you well before anybody else did. Day one, wasn't happy with what I saw from Hendn Hooker. It's over. You saw it, and you saw the video too. I talked to Hendn Hooker, and psychologically, my spidey senses were activated. You can see it in his eyes. The confidence is gone. He needs a mentor. It's unfortunate. You're watching, and I saw it right up close. Hendn Hooker's confidence is shot. He knows that he's been defeated. There is a winner. There is a winner. It's not dramatic. It's simply football. The NFL train moves on, and there's no time for development. This isn't college. The NFL train moves forward. It's over. And it's not fair to Kyle Allen if you go, well, Hendon has a good week of practice and one good game against the Houston Texans next week. That defies everything that a competition would dictate. 2 games in a row. If something happens, you now know that Kyle Allen has a connection with 2 young wide receivers. It ain't there with Hendon Hooker. It's over. Acknowledge it. Just say, okay, it's maybe a change of scenery will help, but it's over. It's over. That's the biggest takeaway. You know it. I know it. I showed you the video of Hendon Hooker. You watched it. I just sat there and watched it. Second half was totally different than the first half. You're going up against third stringers. You didn't look like a quarterback that had command of the offense, that had confidence, that looked similar to your teammate. And Dan Campbell said it. I trust Kyle Allen right now more. Out in the open. Full stack, as they say. No cap. It's over. I'm sorry. You try now. I think you have a chance, realistically, to float them through waivers. I think maybe one team would try, maybe the Jets, but nobody who watches film at this point in time would put a claim in. I think you can freely put Hendon Hooker on waivers, and he'll clear it, and he'll go on your practice squad. It's over. Convince me otherwise. We'll talk all about it. We'll set the stage. We're going to go down exactly what happened, what I liked, what I didn't like. At the end, we'll have the hilarity because something freaky was in the air today. In the locker room, in Detroit, on the bus home, me on Jefferson, something freaky was in the air. I don't know what it was, the humidity, but I almost keeled over laughing at what I saw in the locker room. No names will be given, but I'll definitely share what I saw. I was like, oh, man, I got to call Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Maybe there is something to people not being allowed in the locker room because I couldn't do that. Oh, my goodness. Luckily, the intern had the serious professional look, and I got to look at her, and I regrouped myself. I almost keeled over laughing at what I saw in my face. I almost lost it. I almost lost my composure in a good way, laughing. I've never seen anything like it before. I hope I never see it again. In a lighthearted way, but that's not the position that I should be put in. I'm innocent. I'm an innocent young 46-year-old reporter. So the hilarity will go right to the end. We hit the stake today, right away. Not happy. The backup battle is over. Now, you got to give Kyle Allen credit. He won the battle. He looks better in practice. He looks better on the field. He connects with Jackson Meeks and Isaac Tesla. What more do you need? What more visual evidence? Now, the bigger question mark will be, do you trust him in games? I trust him maybe for a game. But this is unfortunate. Hendon Hooker lost the battle. There's no other way around to talk about it. He hasn't grabbed hold of the position. And to be even in the conversation, to be debated with Kyle Allen, puts you in a losing position. That's just the way it is. Do you agree? Am I overreacting? Am I being dramatic? Now, the Dolphins player definitely made a great play, but the end result was an interception. The end result was the Lions losing. The end result was that a lot of his teammates let him down too. But you don't have confidence. There's no tangible reason other than your emotions to tell me that you believe in Hendon Hooker. He needs a change of scenery. He needs a new flow of offense, new thoughts. He needs a mentor. Like, I don't believe Jared Goff is mentoring him in a way. It's probably just, hey, here's the film. Here's what you got to look at. I'm talking about mentorship. Kyle Allen's just digging his heels in and taking the job. He's stealing Hooker's job. Simple as that. What more do you need? The Lions are telling you, hand off. They handed the ball off nearly a dozen times. Now, he got to check it down a lot up and down the field when the Dolphins were giving him yards, when the guy was standing wide open. Crunch time, the play was made by the other team. Simple as that. Not a good camp overall. In totality for Hendn Hooker, AP, my guy said the same thing. Unbiased opinion. Yes, he can make certain throws. Yes, he's got mobility. Yes, he can be at times serviceable. But the totality of the job indicates that a conclusive statement can be made. It's too. What are you going to do? Yank the job from Kyle Allen because Hendn Hooker has one good week and the other 3-4 weren't that great? That's not right. The battle is over. Simple as that. Full stop. It's over. Am I wrong? I don't think that. MC3, who dat, UFL time. I think you just need to develop him further. He needs to slow down, maybe in the sense of if there was a football minors, you go down and get your confidence back. You can slow things down. But just look at Quinn Ewers. That's all we were looking for, guys. You had a visual. That's all we were looking for. Poise in the pocket, mobility, find somebody open. We were not looking for a whole heck of a lot. And in the locker room, you could see Hendon uses, music to kind of calm his brain and get after it. But you could tell that he's befuddled and scratching his head because there's not a lot of answers. It's over. It's over. Rip the Band-Aid off. The sooner you admit it, the sooner you'll feel better and you can move forward. Not the year. Kyle Allen won the job. How do you give him 2 good weeks and then 1 bad week and he loses the job? That's not indicative of a competition. It's simple as that. And Dan Campbell said it. You'll read his words at 7:30. My guys will put out exactly every word that Dan Campbell said. And he said, I trust naturally Kyle Allen more. It's in the pudding. Jackson Meeks, Isaac Tesla, they could catch some balls from Kyle Allen. There's some experience there. If I'm wrong, guys, just tell me your support for Hendon Hooker. I'll entertain it. I'll flash it up here. Finito, finished. It's over. So I'm sorry. You hate to see it, but this is the NFL. You move forward. I wrote it on day 1. You might need 2 new backups. I said the first day I wrote it. Why would I share that with you guys? I'm not putting my credibility on the line to be dramatic. I said I'm not seeing the day 1 command. It would be like if I just came on here and it was like, and lacked confidence and was wasting time, not using any words, not being entertaining. That's how I was in 2013. Fast forward 15 years later, I come on here live. I can spit to you exactly what I need to say, deliver it in a way that you're going to clearly understand and keep it moving. It's over. I wish Teddy Bridgewater would have came back. But the drink of choice today, Arnold Palmer for the hard work I did today. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, something was in the air today. Security before the game was clowning around with me. The bus ride home was wild. And security was letting loose. I don't know what was going on today. Was security drinking? Security was lacking boundaries today. And what the guy said was hilarious. Oh, we'll share that. It was funny. No names will be used. You'll never know who it was. But that bus ride home was wild. It was like I got baptized today. Holy cow. We were dancing. It was bumping. The crew at Ford Field felt relief, and they bumped the music, and it was a great music ride home. I was like, this is not what it's like at 12 midnight when we're all half asleep and just trying to get to the shuttle. I don't know, or try to get to the parking lot 10 minutes away. Holy cow. All right. Braylon knows the truth. Kyle Allen has officially won the job as far as I'm concerned. Everybody with eyes knows that. See? MC3, who dat? I have an Arnold Palmer next to me too. Anything special in it? You can spike it. Make it special. Do you like Kyle Allen as the backup? We have to give him credit. But let's back up for a minute. I must address my new friends, the Miami Dolphins fans. My new friends, I owe you guys an apology. AP, Miami Dolphins fans, I did not know you were the Detroit Lions' little brother until now. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize it. Wow, you guys have no clue about sports. Well, my goodness, you guys are going to come into Detroit at Detroit Podcast and gloat about backups winning? That's what you guys need. You lost the main event, but you won the sideshow? Miami Dolphins fans are a little brother. Oh my God. They first of all were in denial. Start to finish, full stop. Grant Stewart told me to the world they're not ready for the practice. And the Lions won 2 practices. If you could say, okay, maybe the defense and the Dolphins offense was around even, but the Lions won 2 practices with the starters, the best of the best. You want to gloat about our backups losing? About our quarterback that we're going to probably part ways with? Quinn Ewers is better than Hendn Hooker. Sure he is. I'd love Quinn Ewers on this team. He looked nice. Mature, handled everything well, handled the drives that he needed to handle. It was nice to see. But oh my God, Miami Dolphins fans, you guys are gripping. 24-17 preseason win. You want a banner? Come on in. The water's warm. You guys got to step it up in your fandom. Your main eventers weren't even there. Our main eventers showed up. J-Mo and Amon-Ra. Tyreek and Jalen were battling whatever they were battling. Sorry, I didn't know. Miami Dolphins are the Detroit Lions' little brother. Welcome. It's nice. We have a new rival. But you guys are nowhere near the level of sophistication that a real sports fan needs to be at. Right, Braylon? You're going to gloat about a preseason win? Even their reporters are like, guys, it's the preseason. A lot of these guys are not going to be around. You're going to gloat on a public forum to a national reporter about a preseason win? Congratulations. You have, and I'm aware of that label, but I feel like it applies apropos because not only did you guys not understand what I told you, I went on a podcast and said, I believe the Lions have a good team, man. It's a great offensive line. You have great weapons, a Super Bowl team, 5th-year head coach. You guys are battling the soft label, and the national media quickly grabbed onto it. Wasn't a lot of people defending it. Sorry. Welcome, little brother. It's great. I was hoping they were on our schedule. Man, congratulations. We'll give you props for winning 24-17. Good job. But we would have won if we would just went 2s on 2s. It would have been 35-14. Isaac Tesla would have lit you guys up all day long. But congratulations. You took advantage of our 3rd-string offensive line and our 3rd-string defensive backs and our 3rd-strings wide receivers and running backs and the offense and a quarterback that is really inexperienced and struggling. Congratulations. Cheers to you, Miami Dolphins fans. You're our little brother. You're in the little brother category. DLR Van Halen, much love to you. $5 super chat. Super chat, super thanks, always welcome. Cheers to you, DLR, from the doc. Hop in the chat, hop in the comments. What are you guys drinking? Oh, Arnold Palmer Classic for the doc. Having an old-fashioned. Tesla is a dog. Fins suck. McDaniel gets fired this year. $5. Thank you guys so much. I'm humbled. Hit the like button. It's been a long day. I'm going live. I'm not sure when I'm going to stop until I feel like I have nothing more to say, to analyze. Thank you humbly for all your guys' donations over the last month. Eventually, next week, I think when training camp officially ends, probably next Sunday, will be the last daily live. But maybe I'll do a 5-day a week. Maybe it'll be 1 o'clock, but you guys got to tell me when. It feels like the 10 a.m. didn't do as good as the 1 p.m. I feel like more people came in on lunch. You know, the same audience eventually gets there. But, you know, we'll see. Tell me what time works best for you guys, and we'll get after it. But tell me, now we got to assess it. We got to assess it. Are you comfortable with Kyle Allen as the man? Are you comfortable with the potential of floating Hendon Hooker on waivers? Let me know. Blow up the comments. Let me know. Open my mind. Braylon's comfortable. Pat, hey, Doc, who is going to get that last safety spot? I say the undrafted free agent guy from GVSU. Absolutely, Canelli. They had the guide today. Someone posted it, but then I don't think they put his name on there. All right, so we got to just spend a couple minutes just about the battle and just lay it out full stop because there's some depth to it. The battle between Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen, it was clear. The Lions were not comfortable with Hendon Hooker starting into the postseason. Clear, full stop. They wanted experience. They went out and got Teddy Bridgewater. He led a drive. Now, going into the offseason, you would expect a little bit more comfortableness. You just would naturally expect it. It's a third-year guy in the system. And they went out and got competition. And it was said, we need you, Hendon, to earn the job. It's not going to be given to you. Go win it. He has not done anything near that. The very first day of OTAs, guys, I didn't even say it. I was shocked. I even wrote it on the first day of OTAs. He looked a little bit lost. Now, not to the degree that it was so bad, but I'm talking about dropping the ball, getting the play call in, speed. Like, that's not day one stuff. Like, I'm talking about, I wrote on the first day, guys, I'm not comfortable. That's all. And I said, this needs to pick up at a pace where what people's thoughts were wrong because they're just looking at his own development. They're looking at his own developmental curve. Well, I know curves. I went to Michigan State. And guess who was setting the curve? Me. So I knew my 90 was upsetting everybody because everybody else would get a 70. And my 90 would mess up the curve. And everybody was just writing about and judging Hendon Hooker based on a curve. Backups are supposed to do a simple job. You just saw it on TV. You're supposed to do what Quinn Ewers did in front of the world. That's what all I was looking for. Run the offense, move the ball, continue drives, and score touchdowns. Not one series here, one series there. Oh, you get the ball out, and then the next day you're holding on too long, and the next day you're getting a sack, and then the next day Kyle Allen's beating you. I wanted consistent what a backup should be, the standard. Not Hendon's standard, the standard. The standard, which is a backup needs to look like a proficient quarterback that throws the ball, anticipates, releases the ball, gets after it, not having things repeated over and over, gets the guys in motion. And then I told you guys, I said, hey, I just saw what was going on in practice at the Hall of Fame game. The exact same play that you saw a timeout needed to be taken happened in practice because he wasn't getting the motion call set. He wasn't running it and commanding it. Like, he started to get mad when it was getting botched. So the standard of what a backup should be was not met. And maybe even Kyle Allen's not meeting it. He's getting there to the right degree of temperature. Like, you know how, a steak should be at, 140 or whatever. He's right around 135 and it's getting there. Perfect. He's right there, temperature that you need. He's right there. But, I mean, look at that. In front of the fans, there was a wide open. I mean, literally, Dan Campbell let him throw 5 times in joint practice. And the one time a tight end was wide open, he didn't connect. You practice how you play. Today, he was missing the ball. I was like, I was looking, I'm like, man, his confidence is shot. He's not connecting with his guys. Throws that are meant to, easy. Drop back, read the defense, deliver the ball. And you know who else is doing the same thing? Zach Wilson. Oh, my God. How much backup play am I subjected to? You know what? My brain must be fried because I watch so much film of other teams and the play of backup. I got to become a backup quarterback coach. Accuracy is most important. Zip. Throw the ball. Mechanics. Is there a shortage of good quarterback coaching out there? Do I got to become one? The inaccuracies, oh my God, my brain hurt. And the crowd was not happy with it either. Then it's just sometimes the sign of a mismatched unit. Then he makes a play, makes some plays, uses his feet to get in the end zone, and Manu botches it. And maybe you could say it's a light call. I don't know. I wasn't watching to that degree to say, hey, I was looking at Hooker. You can tell me, guys, was Manu's call ticky-tack? I was already deep into my game story. And at that point, it was just watching the play, documenting it, and writing. I'll go back and watch the intent of every player and the full takeaways later. But I definitely saw what I need to see from Hendn Hooker and Kyle Allen. That's what I was looking to see. And of course, Jackson Meeks and Isaac Tesla and the good guys. Wow. So let me know. I didn't see that. You could tell me who was JG cussing at the side. I didn't see that. Again, because for me, guys, it's different in that I'm watching with binoculars, I'm typing the notes, and then I'm setting the coverage after the game with the guys. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to try to get these guys. We're going to talk about this. So I'm doing 5 different things at once. So I'm going to miss some things. And yeah, the game was botched with the officials. I was like, oh, this is like a regular season game. Refs were bored out of their mind. It ruined the game. All those plays. Oh, my God. Am I wrong? Am I being... Listen, I have high standards. I have high standards. And that's how I've always looked at football. Meet the standard. And the standard at least should be raised with backup play. Yours look like the guy that would look like a backup. Kyle Allen. Move the football. Look like you're proficient. Look like you've done it before. Hey, touchdown passes to your guys. So that's my take on that. It's over. OVA, capital O. Now what do? You got to turn around. You got to give Kyle Allen credit. He beat him out. And like I said, guys, it's late in the day. I rushed to get these banners up. I rushed to get here. Traffic was weird. And like I said, there was a weird vibe in Detroit getting out of there. It was a party vibe. And I was more kind of decompressing. And of course, I was sending out 50 texts to learn about Ahmed Hassanin for you guys. The standard, the way it went down is the standard. Nobody would talk on the record to the DOC. But remember, always remind yourself, I've tried 2 phones. Why would a reporter have 2 phones? One for the practice, naturally, to get my clients into the office, and the other's football. And the third one, my wife don't know about. I kid. 2 phones blown up. I text all day long. That's the job, is to get information. Information seek and understand what people want. And I'm dedicated to you guys only. Period, full stop, to the audience that put me here. Period. It's tough, man. Your brain just starts going scrambling. There's a lot going on. And actually, you guys, this podcast helps me organize my thoughts and let me spit out what I need to spit out. Dan Campbell's story probably popped out on Lions on SI. Christian and Vito are doing great work, guys. They are my eyes and ears. They are the true, not backups. It's me, Christian 1A, and Vito 1A minus. I'll share with you a text that he sent me today at the end. And it highlights our relationship, and it highlights the ridiculousness of what he messaged me today in the morning. And my response was apropos. And we laughed, and that's how we started our day. Detroit fan man, unfortunately, the vibe I'm getting is what Dan Campbell said. He's concerned that it could be a long-term situation. Could be a little bit of time. Not getting any confident vibes yet from the peeps. So that just means evaluation. Nothing specific. It's an upper body injury. That's what we know. The facts. Dan Campbell said he reviewed all the injuries and he felt comfortable with all the stuff that went on other than Ahmed Hassanin. He said that one, guys, could be a little bit of time. It could be a minute before he returns. Could be a week. It's documented. Dan Campbell said it publicly. It could be a little bit of time. That's the one he's worried about the most. Upper body injury. Keep good thoughts. You'll know tomorrow morning. If it ends up being a situation, Ukwu could step in. There's others to step in. And guys, remember, he was a 6th round pick and he was going to be a reserve and have an opportunity to develop. You hate to see his development halted, but if anyone's going to come back quickly, it'll be him. But Dan Campbell said, I have a little bit of concern. And he's always been honest when he said that. And he said that with Sam Laporta. Now, Laporta, we saw him in the locker room. You know, I'm hoping that he comes back quickly. But that just means that the results are pending. We shall see. We cannot speculate about the length of the injury or the severity. But all we can say is it could be a minute before he returns. That could be the rest of the preseason. Could be the first quarter of the season. We cannot speculate. But all you can do is go check out Lions on SI. You will read word for word what Dan Campbell said. And we just released his transcript too. And I'm going to take a minute here because I think the story's out. If my quarterbacks and receivers have done what they needed to do, let's have a look. If we've timed it correctly. Ah, there it is. And like I said, guys, there's nobody going to praise two journalists more than me about Christian and Vito. They're warriors. Dan Campbell said it. Everything that he said after the game is now on Lions on SI. You can read along. What did Dan Campbell say? He used the dreaded T word that's bad for Hendn Hooker. He used the dreaded T word, guys, about Kyle Allen. He trusts Kyle Allen more than Hendn Hooker. That's dreaded. The T word. When the quarterback, when the head coach trusts you, it's in the pudding, guys. It's the proof's in the pudding. And I think now you guys know that, okay, Doc's not trying to BS you. He's not trying to sugarcoat things. Maybe I do grade a little harsher than most, but the standard's the standard. We grade on the standard. That was not standard backup play. Kyle Allen has shown you standard backup play. Deliver the ball to the stars. Tesla, Allen, there's a connection. Meeks, there's a connection. Consistently. DLR, thank you, man. I really do humbly appreciate that. Habitual line stepper Doc. DLR Van Halen, $5. Thank you for the $10 total today. It really means a lot to me, man. Thank you. It's just a sign of appreciation for me doing this. And I'm humbled. You give me energy. Habitual line stepper Doc. What have I done? Did I say something? I'm sorry. Yeah, Doc has the best insight on our Lions. Keep up the great work. Getting ready to pour another old-fashioned. Pour one out and drop 20. I appreciate it. Cheers. What's your DLR? What's your bourbon of choice? I got them all, man. I love them all. I can't pick one, but I'll say Eagle Rare, super smooth, does the job. I like Grit City. I like Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Woodford, I would go pure Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, neat. Four Roses, neat. Old Fashioned. There's the H1, man. I'm drawing a blank. I had it at a restaurant. It was really good. Started with an H. It was really good. $40 bottle. You can get it. What are you guys drinking tonight? What are you doing, man? Thank you so much for the $5, man. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Kyle Allen deserves credit. The T word. Now, Dan Campbell said it. He trusts Kyle Allen more with his eyes than he does Hendon Hooker. Do you? Am I wrong? I have to say, yeah. I have to agree. The play, the proof's in the pudding. 2 games. You can do it once. You could do it once, but do it again. You could do it once. Do it again. He did it. And he did. So, you know, I'm of the opinion that it's over. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't feel that way. I always trust my gut, and that's why I'm never scared to share what I'm thinking. But Kyle Allen deserves credit. And what has he done? He has moved the football, scored points, and looked like a backup quarterback. That's exactly what you needed to do. He won the job. What would happen? He has to throw 5 interceptions next week? I think you sit him. He did enough. You just let Hendon play and just whatever happens, happens. I think it's over. Let Hendon play the whole game. Let him throw the ball. Let him get every scenario. Throw it out, every kind of throw possible. In route, out wide. Show me every throw, Hendon. This is your game. Hendon gets all the games. Because if something happens to Kyle Allen in a meaningless game and you got to rely on Hendon Hooker, now you're jacked. And I don't need jacked. I need calm. It's enough. It's over. Craig Reynolds got to stop seeing the field. It's over. Kyle deserves a sit. Man, thank you guys. Braylon Dennis, I see your stuff. I see your reactions. Proud of you, man. I know you're into it. You're definitely a passionate Detroit sports fan. $5. And to think, y'all thought Hooker was eventually going to replace Goff. Yeah, right. Can we show Goff a little more respect now? Of course. Guys, look, Braylon, you know, they're football people. Look, some people just don't want Goff, and they just wanted the thought of a mobile quarterback. But I wrote on day one of OTAs that you need 2 new backups. Goff's getting paid $50 million. If Goff sits, then GM Brad Holmes is getting fired. That's a lot of money you gave to somebody that you need to produce. If he doesn't produce, then Brad Holmes is getting fired. And I apologize. My phone goes off nonstop with people messaging, not messaging, leave me the F alone, not answering you. Ha ha, Doc. The NFL world's generally nice. The ones you got to worry about are the ones that are like, why are you asking? Like, sorry, I have to ask. It's a job. I'm asking 40 people 40 different things. 2 phones. I pay, a lot of money. I got to get my usage out of it. It's the job. Please, for those that I annoy personally, I always apologize to most people. Sorry, I'm annoying, but I don't annoy. That's why people like me still. I just ask once and keep it moving. So, yeah, the phone's blown up. No, man. The serious football guys did not think that Hendon Hooker was going to ever replace Jared Goff. Come on, man. They wanted a mobile quarterback. What they were doing was projecting their love of a mobile quarterback onto Hendon Hooker, but he never played to that degree. Last year's preseason was okay, but they probably squashed his confidence legitimately when they signed Teddy Bridgewater. That was the deal. That was it. That was the moment. Everybody knew it. He knew it. And I think he has not recovered since. Thank you, Braylon. Keep messaging. But I see you message somebody else when the news breaks. I'd like to see it too. You can tag me. I mean, I do see it. But you can message me. And Pat, I definitely will get to your question. I definitely am going to talk about that because the receivers are balling out. But I need to spend that time on the backups. Are you guys okay with Kyle Allen? Am I overreacting? I can't. I mean, literally, the tape shows it. The tape don't lie, guys. And I think that's number one thing. If I ever give you advice, if you ever cover the NFL, don't be the lone wolf. Be willing to think your own thoughts based on how football should go. It's dramatic to talk about the competition being over. What were you seeing like, hey, if we take away the fumbles and we take away a couple plays here in practice, Hendon's not that bad. Guys, he's not inept, but he's not a backup. If you take away this and you take away that and you give him this and you give him that, and if I had hair and I was 25 years old, I'd have 3 girlfriends. Well, he did turn the ball over and he doesn't have the trust of the head coach. So let's give the full picture here. He was okay, but I think he was okay compared to his standard, not the way a backup should play. The problem is nobody here in Detroit has seen what a good backup looks like, so they all go, wow, Hendon had a good practice. He's having a great camp. No, he isn't, and he never was. Wow, he didn't hold on to the ball for 10 milliseconds like he always does. I just think he needs a mentor. He needed somebody that wasn't in competition with him if you wanted to develop him. Right now, Kyle Allen's on his neck, and I think he's feeling it. It's unfortunate, but I saw it in the locker room. It's over. Conclusively. And I told people, and I debated them, and I told them to their face. I'm there. That's what I see. Trust me or not. I told you Stafford wouldn't win a Super Bowl in Detroit. You guys said, well, if he had a good team, he'd go somewhere else. I don't care. He ain't winning one here. Don't pay him $25 million. It's a waste. But Doc, he could have, listen, I'm not seeing that you're going to put a good team around Matthew Stafford. It's a waste. And I got skewered. And I'm still getting messages about that. He didn't win a Super Bowl. And if the 49ers defensive back would have just caught the ball and did his job, there's no Super Bowl for Matthew Stafford, and he would have been the turnover machine. So trust me, guys. I may not be right on a lot of football takes, but the ones that you give me over time, I have a good batting average. I'm looking at football, and I have a high standard. It's a good mix. I wished third round pick. I wish it would work out. It's not. At least this year. Practice squad maybe will give Hendn Hooker a chance to calm things down, not be in a competition, develop a little bit, get more in the playbook, get after it with some of the good talent that maybe end up on the practice squad. But you got to give Kyle Allen credit. Now, we spent half hour talking about Hendn Hooker. We can give a couple minutes to Kyle Allen that he came in after a situation in Pittsburgh, and I think that experience there helped him to understand that, hey, my job is to take a job. And that's what he's done. He's taken a job. It's wild, huh? It's wild that he took the job of Hendn Hooker and got after it. So that's the deal. That's the deal, guys. And go check out right now, like I said, Lions on SI. Every word that Dan Campbell said is now published on our site. Every word. What do you guys think about what Silent says? Silent gets in. Much love. It's crazy how people can blame coaching when JG has gotten better every year and Kyle Allen comes in and immediately looks better. It isn't coaching. It's the player. What do you guys think? I think Silent. When you make a lot of sense, it just sounds good. It's not good enough. I do think he's got a future. I think that it's just he comes in a situation where you are never going to be the starter here. It's Jared's job. He's got the trust, and he got Dan Campbell. He got Brad Holmes' love and attention. That's his guy. It's Dan Campbell's guy. He embodies everything that the Lions want. You're never getting the job. Your ceiling here is a backup. That has to be deflating. You have no upward mobility. It just has to be that way. No, Phil, thank you so much. Just a regular guy, a piece of the puzzle. Doc will rule YouTube. No, I'm just a regular guy that likes to break down football and likes to do podcasts. And now I kind of really like doing it live too, interacting with you all instantly. Instead of on X, it's on YouTube. But I love the interaction. I just want to enjoy my little slice of time and enjoy talking about football with people that like it as well. And you don't have to, guys, please, you don't have to be shy. No one's going to attack you here. They will be removed from the chat. If you still have that flicker of hope that the other reporters that said Hendn Hooker's the guy, tell me what they're saying. I'm reading it, but I just never saw it. I just wasn't buying into it. A lot of people see things a lot differently in football, and they have wisdom and they have their own perspective. But if you take out his 2 fumbles, if you take out the interception today, Hendn Hooker had a good game today. If you take out the first couple drives where he didn't move the ball, if you take out a couple things where he messed up, it wasn't all that bad. I graded to be great. Okay, man. Okay. I don't see it that way. I see. And also, too, the blessing is I asked my guy AP, rate Hendon. Take me out of it. You rate him. He said, bro, they didn't let him throw the ball. And when he had a chance for an open receiver, he missed it. Sometimes you only get that one shot. Do not miss your chance. This opportunity in Detroit might come once in a lifetime. You better not lose yourself in the moment and overthrow the ball. Hit the guy in the end zone that's wide open. You feel me? Now, for just a little bit of lightheartedness, I definitely saw Miami creating content, and I got myself in it. Go check it out at Detroit Podcast. I definitely found a way to get myself on camera because it was Tua, and I saw the girl holding the phone up like this. First of all, I was going to walk up to her and just be like, aren't you really supposed to do videos like this professionally? But I guess the social media of NFL world does it upright. So I'm in it. Me and Tua and number 95. He has a familiar face. I feel like I know him. But I'm in that video. And I definitely was nodding my head. Because I was like, oh, they're talking about advice. They're talking about lyrics. I was down with that. It was cool. That was fun, man. I enjoyed the joint practices. I enjoyed learning about a little brother Miami Dolphins. Ask Tom Brady how it feels to be a late round draft pick and backup QB. Just one chance. This opportunity knocks. I think you guys realize, what people are noticing is that the scheme doesn't fit what he brings to the table. This is not the best scheme for Hendon Hooker, especially somebody that is so dependent on more and more reps, and they're going to other people now. Bro, they didn't give him 10 throws in joint practices, I don't think. Because probably half of it was due to the fact he was going to play today and get a lot of chances. But, bro, they're not letting him throw. The mission should be, really, this week, it should be clamoring. I mean, I don't know how to ask it in a way where it doesn't sound stupid, but I'll run it through you guys, and you maybe can tailor it so it sounds right. I don't want to see Hendon Hooker hand the ball off. We know Craig Reynolds is an OG. He's good. Sailors, you got to figure it out in practice. But I want to ask Dan Campbell, what would be the disadvantage of Hendon Hooker throwing the ball 50 times this week? Every kind of throw to see what he's about. Like, Hendon, out, in, dig, anticipation. Every throw, show me. Deep, tight end, running back. Show me everything. Show me the playbook. Show me what you got. This is your last chance. What is it going to do for him to hand the ball off to Sailors? What does that do for his evaluation? I need anticipation. I need all the kind of routes. Problem is, I think Dan Campbell is trying not to hide the fact that he might go 3 for 50. He's got to be more accurate. I feel like if you just gave him some confidence and just would have let him play, something's there. But his confidence is shot. He doesn't pass enough. And you can't go from 10 quarterback passes in practice to then lead the offense in rhythm with third stringers. It's just a recipe for disaster. He's done. It's done. The whole recipe from top down. Boop, boop, boop. So, and Kyle Allen too, credit to him. More. Kyle Allen won the job because he's got more experience, more poise. He's been through the ups and downs to dang near 7-8 teams. It's his job. And I think I'd be comfortable with a game or two. Give him a little bit of check downs to St. Brown. Just don't go crazy and launch it too much deep to JMO. Just don't do the across your body throws. Just run the offense smoothly. And yeah, guys, I think, Scott, you got it. You hit it right on the head. How long has he been here? You don't get 5 years. This is not college. You need, and Brad knows it, and we all know it. You should demand more. He could find better. Simple as that. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks cut. All of them most likely will have a chance to be looked at by the Lions. We're going to probably talk about it tomorrow. Who could come in here and battle it out with Kyle Allen in the regular season? And Silent gets in here, one of our smart ones. Proud of you, Silent. The Lions system requires quarterbacks to throw with anticipation, and that's not something Hooker has ever done and probably never will. Xavier, my man, gets in. Doc, as a psychologist, have you taken a moment to look in on Jeff's mental state? Oh, I texted him today. And he's trying to shift the narrative a little bit. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that. I just think that with Hefe, he's got a lot of respect for others. And he's taken, well, if 9 people say this and Doc says this, I can't really listen to the Doc. Even though you have me on your show, Jeff, every week. And I'm right there. And listen, he has a point. There have been moments Hendon has made good throws and had moments. But I included the games. I included the entire practice. I included the opinions of others. I included too. And Jeff is at a disadvantage. Okay. And that's the one part about Hefe and Booner that is a little different that and I'll share now with you. Okay. Guys, I'm also out there. And here's something else too. All right. I also use these phones to have fun football conversations with people in the league. Former defensive coordinators, former people that might have been here. What did you think about this? What did you think about that? I ask a lot of people because I definitely truly don't know. Because I'm harsh. And I believe my standard is way too high. Like I criticize Jared Goff and you guys don't like it. Because the standard is only one standard. Mahomes. And then everybody else fall in line, be like him. Doc, that's so wrong. Let's look. I don't compare Jared Goff to Stafford and Scott Mitchell and that. I compare him to Mahomes and Brady and Marino and some of the best. And also, Marino was a great passing quarterback but never won it. I compare him to the best of the best of the best. Does he measure up? So I'm not comparing him to, man, he's the sweetest tasting, pie that we've ever had in Detroit because everybody else's pie tastes like ass. No. You go to the 5-star delis and the bakeries does it compare to that? And so Jeff and Booner don't have the advantage of, I text a lot of people and talk a lot of football. And people tell me things. And a lot of times they tell me the right things. So that's the advantage I have, is that I built up a Rolodex of fun football conversations. Where do you guys think the guys, I'm not a lone wolf. It's a metaphor for me because I'm different. I'm a podcaster. But I didn't come to their show and give you the opinion that I thought Tate Ratledge would be the right guard. And I shared it. I said, Lomas Brown talked to me and TJ Lang talked to me. And I asked like 3 other linemen that I also have talked to privately and said, hey, Tate being a center would probably get him messed up. They're like, yeah, you get messed up. Dan Campbell would be crazy to do that. So I aired that pretty early. Now, I think he did okay, but Tate Ratledge I never thought was going to be the center. I think he could do the job, but I think there would have been challenges if he was the starter. So that's just the little secrets that you pick up in the league when you meet people. And like I said, half the stuff is off the record. They won't tell me like, hey, I said this, or hey, John, feel free to say that I told you. But yeah, people do like talking to the doc because we have jokes. We also veer off and talk about some nonsense. Locker room talk. But yeah, it's growing too. The Rolodex is growing. I can't believe it. I never thought people would actually text me back. Now, if the agents text me back, that would be great. Some information. A lot of coordinators, a lot of assistants, a lot of aspiring coaches. So that's the advantage I have. And now I think Hefe and Booner will listen to me more. But I think I got to call myself Slick Doc, or, I got to be a little bit more with the graphics. Here's what I said. Breaking news with big banners. I'm not a graphics guy yet. But hey, check out too. I'm a little upset of the 500 people in here. Nobody said they liked the new graphics. A close friend, I said to him, hey man, I think my graphics are kind of light. Now, I made them. He's like, yeah, it's not great. I said, hey man, hook me up. Like, I want it to look good. He's like, I'll hook you up, Habibi. Nice human being. Thanks, AB. You helped me out. Habibi, I love it. And we helped each other. He said, hey, I'll take care of it for you. You didn't have to do that. AB, Habibi, I'm proud of you. Thank you. Shukran. What? Oh, Phil. Go on the channel on the side and look at the last live videos. There's new graphics. There's new thumbnails. Sorry, I used the right word. New thumbnails. I'm in it. Phil, you guys are funny. Spies, you're all spies. We are not. I'm not a spy. I'm a psychologist, and as a psychologist, it helps me because I'm curious. I want to know, why did this happen? Why did that happen? What's going on? And I want to be, and I also, people don't, and I understand, people don't understand that when there's an injury, fans get nervous. If there's any good news, I want to share it. My job has always been to solve problems. And if I know that somebody's, all good and I can share that, I'll be the first one. And if I burn a bridge, dang it, you guys know I'm sorry. And I think most people that I explain that to understand the job. I'm sorry. I got to ask. My wife's like, are you going to be off your phone? No, I got to ask. I got to know. All right. Man, now we're on the quarterbacks, but I think it deserved that time. It deserved it. I hope you found the full range of that talk worthwhile. He deserves credit. He beat him out. And ask people why they won't conclude that. What facts tell you that Hendn Hooker is still in it? You need another week to see that? Ask yourself why you couldn't come to that conclusion. If you take away this and you take away that and you take away my microphone and you give me $50 million, then he'd be a good businessman. Yeah. But again, I'm always for upgrades. I'm tasking Vito with finding more quarterbacks that could be out there. Christian too. Tomorrow, Lions on SI. Look at that. They still botched it. I'll tell you a live botch. The story's been out. The assignment was, hey, guys, tweet it, and they didn't do it. Unless my internet's terrible. They didn't do it. This is the tough part. Oh, he did. 12 minutes ago. Sorry, my apologies. 12 minutes ago, but still 27 minutes late. Fellas. See what I'm tasked with? But Twitter's not the biggest spot, so we post it everywhere else. Trust. Dan Campbell said, I trust. Now, I do think, do you guys want me to go to my website and read it and see the words? Or do you just want me to, you guys can pick, you can program. Do you want me to go to my site and read the words where he said, I trust Kyle Allen? Or you say, okay, Doc, he said it. I believe you. Let's keep it moving. We got some good things to talk about. Let me know. And I can always go back. Listen. Listen, guys. Listen, I've had bad takes. I've had 55 good ones this year and maybe one bad one. That's my ratio. Phil, you're the man. I like having you in here, Phil. We all have bad takes. There's nobody perfect, and I don't proclaim to be even close to perfect. But I feel like quarterbacks, you can tell. You can trust your gut a little bit more. You can tell. You can just tell. I think you guys will say, okay, Doc's been straightforward with Hendn Hooker. But ask him. Ask Hefe, why weren't you? Why don't you trust Doc? Are you like the others on the board here that said we trust everybody else but the Doc? Ask him. Ask Booner, why does Doc have to call himself Slicky Doc for you to believe him? Slicky Doc. Big graphics. Doc says Hendn Hooker is struggling. No, he isn't. Okay. I did right by you guys with my evaluation on the quarterbacks. Doughboy Steve. It's undefeated. All right. Let's get after it. If you guys want the Dan Campbell comments, I'll throw them up here. But my goodness, we got to talk about Jackson Meeks. The man's earning a job. The man is earning a job. And you have to put him on the 53-man roster. We're going to put one up tomorrow. Oh, I got to tell my guy about that too. I'm updating my site as we speak with the assignments. Quote, update the 53-man for tomorrow. It's going to come out tomorrow. And Jackson Meeks is going to be on it. Now, the question mark is going to be, guys, because I asked it, and I'm not sure I'm ready to say it. I know, Michael, proud of you. You're getting in and you see it. He said he's got to think about it. Oh, DM5. There's a reason you've never heard of Kyle Allen. No, he's gotten done better. He's just a journeyman. I know. That's what I had, Scott. I had it on my sheet, and people were like, John, on my last 53 man, I stocked it with receivers. Michael, man, love your support. Dan sounded very pessimistic in terms of counting Meeks in at this point. They're going to have long talks. The problem is, Khalif Raymond does the same job, but Meeks is younger, energetic. He's won the job. So what do you do? So I asked it because here's the problem. I think the guy you got to start talking about cutting if he doesn't have a good week. Do I say it? I don't think it's a take. I'm going to frame it in a way that's challenging. Tim Patrick has to have a better week. He hasn't had a camp to say, hey, Tesla looks better than him. You got a young guy that's getting after it. I'm not saying cut Tim Patrick, but you slot in Tesla wide receiver 3, you keep Jackson Meeks, replacement 4, or competition with Khalif Raymond. You've had Tom Kennedy on this roster. Or, as you guys say, I'm more of like, hey, I could slot in Tesla. He might look better than Tim Patrick. Take his job. But here's the most common one, DM5. You're right. You guys got to let me know. And see, Phil, you're spot on. DM5 TV, Doc. So Meeks beats out Lovett? Currently, yes. And Tim Patrick. He's played better. Now, it's against different competition, so that's where the talk is going to come in, where Michael got in. Tim's not available, but he's a reliable piece. I think he's an OG on the roster. Tim Patrick. Those are tough decisions. You can't, I would say that DM5 is right. Do you guys agree with DM5? And I asked it on Twitter, and guys too, I think you guys know that I'm humble, that if I'm not sure of an opinion yet to deliver it, I ask you on X. I am humble. I'm not sure. I asked because last week's 53 man, I kept Jackson. I kept 7 receivers. Y'all chewed me out. You said that is bad. It does. So I said today, so that I can work with Christian on a good one for tomorrow, if you keep 83, who will also be a player I think that would be picked up by somebody else. You offered him, I think, Jackson Meeks, the relative of Zadarius Smith. That could be your in for Zadarius. We have Jackson. Zadarius might be like, I'm thinking about the Bills, Packers, and Lions. Okay, $6 million, $5 million, play with Jackson. Cash doll's here. I can make a visit every once in a while and try to make up with her. Have, 20 minutes of conversations. Just stop by and see what's up. Cash, I'm coming over. We got to make up for a week. That also potentially gets you Zadarius. But I think Easy does is probably right. If you got to have those conversations, one more week, I think he does. You paid him good money. Listen, I know. That's what I'm saying, but they could be off again. It's a weekend. Listen, I'm not hip to that. Thank you for filling me in, DFLPIG. They got back together. So that was that. Her message was deleting it and then putting I'm happy again. That was a get back together one. Dang it. I was busy this week. Sorry, guys. I'm not hip to that too much. He should have been signed then. Back to boat season for Zadarius. See, I can only write one TMZ story a week. I can't follow it to the end because I can't write. He went back together, then broke up, and that's can't do it. See, Xavier knows Meeks and Lovett would get snatched up immediately. Jackson Meeks is a special talent. He's getting after it, and he'll be in the quotes article. We talked to him today. What do you think? Okay, If not, I think Lovett is the natural guy you'd say over, but you guys know, Phil knows that Brad Holmes loves his draft picks, loves them. But Meeks is playing better than Lovett, in my opinion. So that's the conversation. So I think the conversation is not, does he have a spot on the roster? It's not that. The rosters don't get made till next week after the Houston game. The message is going to be, how do we know? How do we set it up to know? Practice, set them up, make them both get after it. So who gets cut? Do you take away from the offensive line? No. You need all the depth you can get. You lost one this week. What do you do if you keep Jackson Meeks? Now, let's operate on the premise that you keep him. Now, you could say, Doc, in the comments, we don't keep him. I could roll with that. You have Tesla, Patrick, Khalif Raymond. Those are 5 great receivers. And just roll with one more. 6? I could do 6. Keep out Lovett. I think I'm giving you the sneak preview. The only sneak preview of the 53-man, I think we're going to do that. 6. Meeks in. Lovett maybe just lost his job this week. All right, guys. Hour in. Maybe 30 minutes left. Maybe another hour. Keep liking it. Smash the likes. It's 450 of you here. Retweet, like. Get in the comments. All are welcome. It is crazy. It is. So it's going to be 6. So we teased it, and Lovett's out for this week. He can get it back next week. Yeah, Doughboy Steve, you know what's up. It's crazy good. Jackson Meeks stays hot. What is he good at? He gets open, good routes, good opportunity, good footwork, good speed, and he's got football blood. Uncle Zadarius Smith. Do you think if they're in the same locker room, do you think he calls him Unc in front of the media? What's up, Unc? What's up, nephew? I think they won't do that. But that'd be fun, man. It'd be fun to have family in there. Family sticks together. And it's great, actually, just on a serious note, it's great to see Zadarius support his nephew. And he clarified today because the reporter asked him, so is that your relative? Yes, that's my sister's brother. No, did I say that right? His mom's brother. The female side. Sorry, I was thinking sister. My mom's brother is what he said. I feel like I'm hearing in my head, my memory saying his sister's brother, but that makes no sense. That tells you how much words I've read today and how much tired I am. My sister's brother. I'm having a brain fart. Maybe that is right. I don't know. I'm having a brain fart on terms of how Zadarius is his uncle. Literally, it's a long week. My sister's brother. My mom's brother. And you guys know I'm seriously confused at the moment. That's how tired I am. It's the maternal side. He did clarify that. The maternal side. It's how he's an uncle. Guys, it's time to declare it. Biggest takeaway, Tesla, it's him. Holy cow. That guy just is like, I show up, I catch the ball, I make plays. Hello. Welcome. Cash your ticket. Open your account. In soccer terms, when a new guy comes in and he's paid for a transfer fee, and then he's on the team for the first time and he gets his first goal, it's opening your account. My God, the guy came in, opened his account, talked again to the media. Literally, I think he only missed talking to the media twice in the whole camp. He's just natural, everything he does. Yes. Who dat MC3 buying all that Isaac Tesla stock. Yeah, buy it, baby. Buy it up. And I say he's wide receiver 3. Buy it up. That's the guy. He's the 3rd best receiver on this team right now. By production, Tim Patrick is getting it by reputation. But Isaac Tesla, argue with me that he's not the 3rd best wide receiver. Put the man in 4 wide receiver sets and make everybody guard and declare. Protect Jared Goff. Get those packages going. Amon-Ra St. Brown on one side. J-Mo on the other. Tesla and Patrick. Oh. Take my money, baby. Take my money. We've decided that Isaac TeSlaa is going to be part of a 4-man wide receiver unit. Guys, we're going to up the ticket price another 10% on you guys because you're going to see a lot of points. You guys, okay, Sheila. Take it. Can I make payments? Do it. He is him. There's no way you walk out of that game and just aren't thrilled that guy's the man. You got to be thrilled. He is the man. He produces. That's what it looks like when you go, oh my God, a rookie doesn't have to look like a true rookie. Isaac TeSlaa looks ready to go. He's cooked. He's good. He's cooking. Oh my God. One of these messages a day. I never thought that you guys would be wrapped up in my appearance. It means we built a connection. I don't think the people that are having meetings with me would really like that look on me. I don't think it goes good in posters. I don't think it goes good in promotional stuff. I think this is a good look for the DOC. The one, Adam. Shave the head and embrace the bald. I love the fact I feel like we built a community here that you feel comfortable to tell me how you think I should look. I'm surprised. 6, 7 people have been like, man, Doc, you cleaned up. I have shaved before, guys. I shave every time the first day of training camp. And I am having meetings with people that like my information. And I pick and choose what I want. But I'm always staying with On SI. I represent. They're the best. They're the best partner in the world. All right, guys. Shave the eyebrows. Just a fan. All right. What do we like about Isaac TeSlaa? Strong, tall, fast, gritty. And he makes plays. He's taken to the concepts. He learns. He's smart. He's into it. He's competitive. That's what a rookie should look like when you draft and trade up 30 spots. All right, Brad. Anybody? I don't think we questioned it, but we said we gave it a little side eye. 30 spots for a receiver? 30? All right, Brad, you're forgiven. Why didn't you get him sooner? When Brad loves you, he loves you. And he loves Isaac TeSlaa, and the fans love him too. There's a buzz around him. Dan's going to have to quiet that down. Like, he knows it. We all know it, and he knows it. 2 touchdowns in 2 games. Oh, my God. Yeah. Is it that time? DFLPIG. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Goff to TeSlaa this week in joint practices. Heck yeah. I have to ask that too, maybe. I will ask that. That is actually a question on my block now. Dan, do you think that TeSlaa has earned more opportunities with the ones based on his play? Dan, why not let, see, I don't think the Hendn question plays right. Dan, what more do you need to see from Hendn Hooker this week to give you more clarification that he's your backup? Do you need to see him throw the ball? Is there a certain number of times, 40 times? Probably 20, at least 25. Out route, middle route, deep ball, consistently. Just first down pass, second down pass, third down pass. Here's your script, Hendon. You're going to pass the ball 40 times. Get your arm right. You're young. Might be the last 40 passes you throw in Detroit. Let's see what you got. It's in Detroit. It's against Texans. Here you go, Hendon. Here's the game plan. TeSlaa, Meeks. Get after it. Tom Kennedy. At least start with Tom Kennedy. A couple screens to Tom Kennedy. Get slowed up. Get warmed up. A couple little short screens to Shane Zylstra. Offensive line, block for the man. Let the man have a chance. Menu, can you just talk to the refs and kiss their butt so that they stop calling the plays on you? You look like you made a play, so they threw a flag. They're like, we don't have to do that. We didn't see that this week. Flag. He held up a guy. Wait a minute. He blocked? No, he didn't do that at practice. Oh, penalty. No, I know. That makes sense. They're not going to tell everybody the game plan. But in the end, I mean, I'm exaggerating to the point where you don't know what you got in the passer. My tweet today on X at Detroit Podcast was, there's no passing plan here. What concept plan would you call what that was from Hendn Hooker? What was that? That was We need him out there. We want to see others too. And Hendn is the fourth priority. That's what it looked like from a fan's perspective. From my perspective, it looked like, does that look like a guy that they were trying to highlight to trade or to maybe even trade? That looked like, well, we know what we got. We got to work around it. There also has to be a perception. You could also sell Hendn Hooker to another team. Hey, guys, we need Hendon to blow up. We can get a 4th rounder, a 7th rounder. That game plan, and again, I'm just spitballing here as we're talking. I'm going back to it a little bit because it's so important. But it had the feel of like, okay, we know what he can't do. Let's work around it. I don't like that. You said it. I think that's the conclusive statement. DFLPIG, spot on. We have to leave with that. They don't trust him to throw the football. But Kyle Allen does to Isaac TeSlaa. It's good to see somebody. Am I wrong? Because he's in my brain, because he's a great broadcaster and his concepts, and he's a nice guy. Different style, but reminds me of Herman Moore. Just spacious, the way he lands, the way he just catches the ball. Isaac Herman Moore TeSlaa. Isaac, Mr. Herman Moore TeSlaa. That's how I see it. I could be wrong. Now, the wild one would be Roy Williams, but that's not his body type. Roy was like a fullback. Man, the guy was huge. Like a tight end. I'm thinking of Jay Novacek. The size, those big dudes. Who does he remind you of? Does he remind you of any former Lion? Hit the comments, hit the chat. Is he him? Am I way too excited about what I see? Listen, he makes plays, and in a league when so many people don't, it's refreshing to see a 3rd-round pick get after it. And Vito did a great article. The 3 rookies are after it. Tyleik Williams, Tate Ratledge, and Isaac TeSlaa, they'd be balling. They're after it. I love it. It's good to see. He's him. Look at you. Chris Durham. There was another one too, right? Wasn't there another talented one that was kind of coming in and out too? There's another one in my brain. There was another one recently too that was making plays. You guys know in the chat. He was making plays. No, Phil. He's going to make J-Mo expendable. Maybe, but I doubt it. I think they'll pay him. There was one recently just after. Yes, you said it. The chat has delivered. That's why you guys are my VIPs. That's why I'm doing this. Circus Kirkus. Isaac Circus Kirkus TeSlaa. There you go. Best part is I know you guys would deliver right away. You guys know we're simpatico. Circus Kirkus. David Circus Kirkus. Mike Furry, baby. Phil got a question in. No, it makes sense about J-Mo. That money's J-Mo has a good year. He knows it. He knows his money year. That's why he's probably going to get after it. $35 million. You never know. Maybe at least 25 if he has a good year. Oh, TeSlaa is a White T. Higgins. Let's go. Let's have fun with the nicknames. I'll put them all up here. Circus Kirkus, David, Isaac Herman Moore, TeSlaa. Let's have some fun with it before we get to the circus and the freaks that was going on today in Detroit. Yeah, obviously the bad news about Ahmed Hassani. We'll talk about that too. What do you guys like about Isaac TeSlaa? What do you like most about him? I think he fits. Does he make Tim Patrick expendable now? Probably after this year. We'll see. I saw, I didn't read too much into it, Michael. Did you hear Kirby say that this is his senior year for the Lions? on Inside the Den? Any concern that he's thinking he'll be leaving that? No, not at all. He's got a big fat contract. He's locked in. Just means he's ready to go. We're going to graduate. What? No, he's around. They're not letting him go. He's the best safety in the league. No way, no chance, Michael. Kirby's around. He's an emotional leader. He's the dog. He's the man. He's the physical representation of the team. He ain't going anywhere. I promise. You heard it here. And in the chat. Yes. You guys know. And he got DFLP. Look at you. Set a record for all good takes you got today. His physicality. Bro doesn't back down. Absolutely right. Hit the likes, guys. Likes, notifications, super chats. I got nowhere to go. I mean, my wife is a little... She's like, I thought you were coming home. I'm like, we got more to do. We got content to create. I'm like, honey, I know tomorrow will be more of a day of rest, but I will be back tomorrow too. And you guys let me know if you want me to just skip the freak stories. Stuff was going down in the locker room. Stuff was going down on the bus. Stuff was going down on Jefferson. It was weird. It started right when I got there. It was like something weird in the air. I felt like it wasn't like usually those kind of days happen in the fall, not on August 16th. It was a weird day with the doc. Today was one of those days I should have brought a camera with me. It was a weird day. It was a weird day. It was just a weird day. If you want to hear about it, I'll share it. If you don't, you say, hey, just cut it off and go home. If you want to hear about it, something weird happened in the locker room. I won't give the details to the names, but it was weird. Borderline unprofessional, but borderline being normal, I guess. It was weird. Today was weird. I don't get what happened today. Weird vibes. Weird. Just freaky. It was weird. Right? That's what I'm saying. It was like a manifestation of all the other days. Freaks, please, knowing that is your natural environment, Doc. You know, Baby Got Back is playing on my mind because it was blaring on Jefferson in the bus. I saw things and heard things that I'm not used to hearing. I got baptized today into the real world. Are you ready? Just a fan tip $2. You got to tip 10 to jump the line. We got more things to talk about. $2. Let's hear the freak stories. I got to figure out. I should figure out if I can even say these things. I mean, I'm not going to use real names, but I saw it and it was out in the public. I almost lost my cool in the locker room. Luckily, that intern, man, bless her heart. I got to learn their names. They're nice people. They ask good questions. They're nice. They care about me. I'm terrible with names. I couldn't tell you their names to save my life. That's really bad. It's embarrassing. It's wrong. I will learn their names. But I almost lost it. I don't think it should have went down that way, but we'll see. No names will be used. Just genders. I almost keeled over laughing. I was like, what I just see here? Like, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. And I think other reporters saw it. Just a fan. I appreciate your $2. It's coming. Probably 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We'll tell you how my day started. It was weird. I got to plug my computer in so I don't get cut off. Look at that. I did this whole broadcast without the power. Almost got myself booted off the stream. Back plugged in. I almost got myself booted off the stream by not plugging in the computer. I can't believe I did the whole stream without the computer. That's pretty good. I was at 30%. Without the computer plugged in. All right. Cortez is like, you guys are like... J-Rod gets in. Just getting back from dinner movie with the kiddos. New Superman movie. What'd you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know on the side, too. A lot of people had opinions on that movie. What'd you guys think? All right. Tesla's him. We all know it. This week, mission, get with the ones against the Texans. Yes. I like it. We all know Ahmed Hassanin suffered the upper body injury. Do you think Uku steps up? It's unfortunate, man. If it's going to be, Dan Campbell said it's going to be a minute. That sucks. You know, if he misses the remainder of training camp, you know, that sucks for his development. He needs to develop as much as possible. So Still can't believe, I trust Kyle Allen more. Man, I trust Kyle Allen more. It's a damning statement. Hit the likes button, guys. Keep it going. I didn't see Hefe. All right. I think Ukwu, Nate Lynn, Al-Quadin Muhammad were a little bit ahead of Hassanin at this point in time anyway. But I felt like he was going to provide some great special teams value. I felt like he was gaining confidence on the work that he was doing on special teams. And I hope the news is better than the early outcomes have suggested. Same with Laporta. Dan Campbell said about Laporta it's going to be a little bit. It probably means end the training camp, in my humble opinion. I don't know. He looked okay in the locker room, but I'm just speculating. I should have asked him, but I don't know how to ask these injury questions to these guys in front of everybody. Like, you just walk up to Sam Laporta like, hey, how you doing? Good. They never tell me anything anyway, other than, yeah, man, I tore my ankle and I'm out. And they never tell me that in the locker room anyway. No one's ever told me that directly. They just, oh, I'm good. So maybe I got to ask it better. Hey, man, can I ask what you're dealing with? I'm good, man. I'm good. But yeah, I saw Sam Laporta. I saw him. He looked good on the sideline, I think, dude. They showed him on television. Looked like he was getting after it. Did you guys see, someone said in the chat, I can't confirm it, did JG get caught having a chat with somebody aggressively? I can't confirm it. I didn't see it. I didn't watch the TV. I was watching the game in the lines. I was watching the first, second, third offensive line unit. Did they catch JG having a little chat with somebody? I didn't see that. Let me know. All right. Do you guys like what you saw from the defensive line? Do you like the pressure? I thought that they made Zach Wilson's life a little bit difficult. Yeah, they said it was a teammate. Who? Who was he talking to? Oh, did they just show JG just like being animated? Coaching thing? Maybe. Who was getting coached up? Yeah, Ukwu, I think, has stepped up and did some things. His sack was nice. I think there's some depth there on the edge. Nate Lynn, Al-Quadin Muhammad, the Sam linebackers. Hassanin, I hope, is going to be okay. Yeah, I think you guys like it. Yeah, I'm a fan of Shep's blitzing. A lot of people had some comments, too, about it. I guess I will drop it in here, too. It's a good for a banner. Because some people had a little bit of pushback. I was a little bit surprised. And he said it in the media session this week. Derek Barnes says that Kelvin Shepherd is more aggressive than Aaron Glenn. Do you like a team that blitzes more? That exposes your secondary a little bit? Ah, DFLP. You're keeping your streak rolling. You get an MVP, man. Good stuff. Simpatico. Yeah, Derek Barnes said Kelvin Shepherd is more aggressive than Aaron Glenn. He is. He's blitzing a lot. And also, guys, think about it. Everything happens for a reason. I wish a lot more people were trained in psychology. It should be taught. It should be taught in high school. Why is Dan Campbell supporting Kelvin Shepherd blitzing more? So his quarterback can get after it and grow more against the best of the best. This is the development of Jared Goff 2.0. Think about it. And you got the dogs to do it. Branch, Kirby, Amik, DJ Reed, Rock Ya-Sin, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Alex Anzalone. And then you got these young cats, Keith Cooper Jr., Ukwu, bring it from all over. And then you got Aiden. Aiden, your job is to make yourself familiar with 1-6. 1-6, you. And this is going to help, I believe, truly from today. And what we saw in practice is going to help Jared Goff in the Super Bowl when the Bills blitz him and he picks it up. You say, hey, Doc said, Lions, Bills. But I gotta give you the truth. Josh Allen's better. And I said I can't back down. So you guys got to convince me in the future chat. Say, no, Doc, stop with the we're going to be destined to lose a Super Bowl. Yes, we are. My heart can feel it. My heart's preparing for it now. Lions, Bills have a good run. Everything's good. And it's just an offensive shit show. All over the place. 55-48. It would be like the football gods Super Bowl. But I would love that. I think I could handle it. If you told me they get to the Super Bowl this year against the Bills and lose, I'd take it. It would hurt. We'd come on here, probably talk for 3 hours. But if they score 48 points and it's close and Josh Allen has a last-minute drive and it's just his time, I can handle it. But I'm going to put it out there. Can I say publicly into a microphone? I said this on Crunch Time if you heard me. I can't say the words, I see the Lions winning a Super Bowl. It's like a dream. You know, that's when we pop the old fashions and the Steve Weisers. We'll just line them up. We'll celebrate on the air together. From San Fran. Bozo, yeah. Can we get Bozo Josh? Could you imagine the Buffalo fans, another Super Bowl loss? Yeah, I can imagine it. Give us the win. Plus, I'd love it if we got the win to make them suffer more, and it's always good. Make a fan base suffer. And also too, one last topic before we get to the this topic about Calvin Shepard. If you knew they were going to win, who would you want the Lions to beat in the Super Bowl? I would love it to be against Lamar. You get a lot of respect. Against the Chiefs, they're kind of depleted. They're at the end of their run. They're the best. I'd love it to be against the Bills. I think they're the team that's kind of the darlings. The Bills, I think, packs the punch. Lamar, people still have that belief, well, he's not a good quarterback. He's just mobile. He's just He doesn't have enough weapons. People make excuses. The Bills have a top 3 quarterback, and they have a history, and they have great fans, and we would talk junk forever. We beat you. We were in that lineage. We beat the Bills club. Dallas, Giants. Who would you want the Lions to beat in the Super Bowl? Bills. But I just feel, like I said, I'm starting this talk with a loss. I feel like we're going to take one before. You have to and also too, if I knew they're going to win one eventually, I would take a loss because then it makes the win that much sweeter, that much more emotional, impactful when you get the taste of it and you're almost there. If I know they're going to win it, give me one loss and then get after it. All right, you guys, I got pushback this week. Do you care that the Lions are being aggressive? People are like, well, it's a different style. If you mess up, it's very risky against good teams. Your cornerbacks have to be good, and you're dealing with some injuries. Behind Reed and Tyrion Arnold, Calvin Shepard might have to do some things. You know, you got Meek Robertson, but you got to really have things going in simpatico. Do you like the aggression? I do, but I can see the risks. All right, the game was good. Like I said, I thought the drives were successful. Listen, here are the studs, man. Let me just go through them real fast. I'm gonna call it like I want to give a shout out to a couple people. I want to give a shout out to Biggins USA and to William the hypercritical a-hole. I don't know who you are. Biggins USA, William the hypercritical a-hole. You have been following me for years and messaging. I don't know who you are. I always read your stuff. I barely interact. I like your stuff. You make me laugh. You challenge me. But they are daily guys on X at Detroit Podcast. I don't know if it's a computer. I don't know if it's a kid. I don't know who these people are. But I'm going to steal what Biggins allowed me to. Not studs and duds. Kings and Cubs. Again, a lot of topics. Hendn Hooker, Kyle Allen, your trust level. Is Tesla him? All open to comment on. All open to super chat. I said I might use it. Kings and Cubs. He said, yeah, Doc, you can freely use it. William, the hypercritical a-hole, gets in all the time on my ex and is like, you use a lot of use a lot of exclamation points in your posts. You're a clickbait guy. Oh, this is just for you can get your this article and topic is just for you to get paid. I know you need to get paid, but this is a pointless article. And for some reason, it's nice and cordial, but critical. Biggins will come in with facts and differing opinions, and he does it the right way. He must dissent, I think, 48% of the times to the things I say. And he'll be like, well, you said this, but what about this? And what about that? Well, I want to acknowledge I see it. Biggins and William, the hypercritical a-hole, I want to give you public acknowledgement of I've kind of gotten used to seeing you every day. And I think he respects the fact that when William, the hypercritical a-hole, calls me a clickbait artist, I send him the fishing reel and go, gotcha. Gotcha again. Gotcha. Bro, I got you for 10 years. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. I'm a psychologist. It's not really that difficult. I'm an expert. Gotcha. But I am genuine. I do like that stuff I'm talking about. Biggins, USA. Messaging me for at least 5 years, 6 years, daily. Kings and Cubs, who shined today? I'm stealing it from him. Let's get after it, and then we will get to the weirdest day I've ever had. It's dark out. 90 minutes. Man, I love doing this. Time flies. I could do another 90 minutes. But I think, 90 minutes is the comfort zone where you guys feel comfortable with me. Kings and Cubs, who shined? Let me share the screen. Props to Christian. He's the Kings and Cubs studs and duds guy for our network so that I can create the videos, get them up there. I don't even know if he put up the other video yet because my phone's dead. He sees me on air. Let me see here if our video's up. Phone dead. One phone's dead. So, of course, that means all the injury updates. It's up. Good. Video's up, man. Christian's rocking. He's probably watching. That kid's great. Everything he does, he just does it well. And I got lucky, man. I'll tell a story one day how I landed him. That was just a referral, a simple referral from a guy that wrote for us and ended up becoming a beat writer. Kings and Cubs. Now, I will say live critique when I saw Allen separates, I said, man, Christian, you wrote that headline, but you were going to write that Dan Campbell trusts Kyle Allen. So that's kind of a heavy Kyle Allen situation, but he used the Jackson Meeks photo. So you get a pass. But I would critique, because I'm a critiquer. Nothing's perfect. If you gain 10 yards, why didn't you gain 13? But Christian does a great job. And I think he finally understood that it's all for the betterment of the job. Stud. Do you agree? Kyle Allen. Yes, you agree. Perfect on fourth down. Jackson Meeks 6 for 6 to Tesla on his final drive, which spanned 83 yards and 9 plays in a minute 20. Stud. Look at this American Express commercial should you indulge and visit our website. So I'm actually taking away a click by highlighting this. So please visit Lions on SI, watch the videos. Here's how you don't have to stay on it. You can watch the videos. You can read a little bit, come back to it, bookmark it. You can always find it. I do think we're in the mix for being a very entertaining and interesting Detroit Lions website and credible with 2 journalists that edit the site. So, Christian, you're on the spot. You better not have no typos here because I'm prone to highlight your stuff. But, hey, forgive us. Like, we always go back and edit and do the things we got to do. Look at that. Detroit Sports Podcast. That is from me. I'm not a hater. See? Tesla's the man. Actually, I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this, but let's just see. It's what? How long is this video? I don't know the rules yet. We'll see. I'm not going to play it. But Isaac Tesla is the man. If I learn the YouTube rules, I'll figure out if I'm allowed to push the button. I have no clue, so I won't push it. Like, Mr. Macaroon, you are not allowed to touch those kind of buttons. Dud, Cub, Hendn Hooker. And look, And look, what Christian does, which is great, is he's humble and fair, and he's a good journalist. Detroit's game plan upon his entry didn't do him any favors. Was it the coaching staff's fault? We are open to interpretation of Hendn Hooker's performance. Did the coaching staff jam up Hendn Hooker? Stud, Isaac Ukwu. King. Get the message. Christian real fast. Christian. I love you, man. This is great. Should I do it? Should I do it, Christian? Look at this. I'm highlighting it. Look at this. Look at this. How should I handle this, guys? Look, we're live editing on the thing. Look at this, Christian. This is on you. And Vito, you both laid eyes on this. You both journalists. This is why the entertainers laugh at the journalists. Now, I'm kidding around, but we're going to fix this shortly. Look at this. This is your profession. Look at this. But listen, we'll take one typo per story. Got to fix it. Look at this. I'm going to have another conversation with these fellas. Stud. Jackson Meeks, Grant Stewart. Stud, Eric Hallett. He bounced back. Giovanni Manu. All right. That's that. You agree? Anybody else should have made the list? Good list. Good list. Watch the videos. Check out the site. Correct our mistakes. All right. 600 people in here. I appreciate you guys. 600 people. If you're missing any sports radio, hopefully I give you a little bit of relief over the time that I'm here. And like I said, I'm always open to critiques. I think I gave you a lot of football knowledge, my insights on the biggest topics. There's more tomorrow. Let me know how I'm doing. Do you like the way this is presented with a little bit of mixed entertainment, addressing the super chats? I feel like it's a good mix of entertainment and distractions. And today I left the distractions to the end. All football. We went through why I feel like it's over for Hendon Hooker, why we should credit Kyle Allen, Tesla's him, Jackson Meeks, the Hassanin injury, Calvin Shepard, the way the lines are playing, replacements potentially for Hassanin that could step up, a little bit of hijinks and hilarity. I feel like this show is what a post game should be. Could I do better? Let me know. Please smash the like button, hit the notification bell so that you can be one of the ones that finds out. Boom. But you can find out on X. I give you guys usually a 30-minute warning, 20-minute warning of when I'm going to be on. And you can follow the show on X or here. But go back and like it. Check things out. Yes. DFLP. Whiteside. I asked Rock Yassin about Whiteside. That quote might make it. Man, the hours are going by so quick. I might have gone through 2 stories. Not yet. Yeah, no, that one didn't publish yet. Players. Christian's getting the live instruction to fix the story. All right. Man, today was, like I said, weird in terms of everything. Yeah, a lot of studs in this chat. I'm proud of you guys. You bring it. I think you care. I think you understand we're all a community. And you don't have to agree with me. Please disagree, but just do it respectfully. If you start it with clickbait artist or clown or this is why the media doesn't put you on the trust list, this is why you're 190th on the trust list, you will be blocked. I have a lot of supporters. I have enough people that like me. Baki, you can make an argument for. Did Christian leave out a king that should be on the list? Kings and Cubs. I shared them with you. You can go check it out now live on SI. All right. Any more football topics? I might mix it in my freaky talks, but today was weird. I got to put it here. What was in the air? Weird day for Doc. Top to bottom. Okay. Normal day, wake up, write content. You saw the content, how to watch the game, previews, normal stuff. I get down, normal drive down to the facility, down to the parking lot that they've assigned me to. Now, I have a whole complaint about that. They give us digital tickets, but we don't need it because nobody ever asked for it. It's a whole weird thing. I feel like I can go down the road of complaining, but I don't want nobody looking at me. But why are you giving me digital tickets when nobody asked for it? Okay. But I complained with my colleague, and we both shared a laugh. Nobody ever asked for it because they have my driver's license registered. We go down, we validate it. I don't get charged. What's the purpose of the ticket? If it's full, I'm just going to say I'm medium, let me in. So I get down to the first floor, and now the hijinks and hilarity are starting. The 3 security guards are asking me why I didn't bring them food. I was eating a cookie because I was hungry. That was my breakfast at 10:45. It was a cookie from Tim Hortons. I had a small coffee and a cookie. And the guys are laughing, and they're like, "Where's my cookie?" And I said, "Sorry, man, I didn't know." And then the 2 older security guards are jealous because they perceived that I bought the security guard a cookie. They go, "Dog, you got a cookie from this guy?" I said, "No." He said, "No." And I said, "What?" And we started laughing. I go, "What are you guys, hungry?" So I'm like, what is going on here? What is, like, I think maybe it was a mirage and they saw a cookie and they were just hungry. I was like, "No, man, I'm just eating a cookie. It's me. I brought it." They're like, okay. Now, this is the weird part too. It was hot today, but I love walking from one drive. It's really on Woodward and Jefferson all the way to the stadium. It's about a 10, 15-minute walk. I like walking through the parking lots. You guys know I know some of the owners, so I can say hi to them and chat it up a little bit, talk a little smack. But today it was hot, so I felt like maybe I could take the shuttle. I know where the shuttle is. So I'm starting to walk to where the shuttle is, and the security guards yell. I think they were clowning me. They started yelling at me and were like, "Hey, no, the shuttle's over here." I said, "No, it isn't." They said, "Yes, it is." I said, "No, it isn't." I said, "Okay, man. Okay, whatever." I walk out to the left side, and there's no shuttle. No sign, no shuttle. I said, what is going on in this universe? This is going to be a weird day. This cannot start like this. I know where the shuttle is. It's in the same spot every week. Every week, it's on the right side of the exit. I walk out the right side. I give my driver's license number. I get validated so I don't get charged, and I walk to the right. They told me to go to the left, and there was nobody there. I'm like, you know what? God wanted me to walk, so I'm going to walk. No problem. Get to see the security guards. It's a little hot. Get to see the fans. It was pretty cool. One Miami jersey, and the rest was cool. I like to walk. It clears your head. It's a winding 10-minute walk. You get to see the city. I got to show you that picture of that car I saw by Campus Martius. So it was cool. No problems there. Security was great letting me in. No issues. My badge worked. All the buttons worked. It was great. Game was perfect, flawless. Now we get to the locker room. Now it gets weird. Players are undressing. I look to the side, not staring at anybody's junk, not staring at anybody's matters. Dude puts on his shorts. They were unique shorts. I don't know what to call them. I don't know what they were. I'm not going to tell you the position, statue, anything. A female reporter felt the need to be intrigued by these shorts and was like, "Oh, I like these. What are they?" At this point, I'm like, no, she ain't going to do that. No, she ain't going to do that in front of all of us. We're all gathered watching you. Like, there's people here. I almost started laughing then. I'm like, okay, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. I can't tell you because I started to not pay attention, but I don't believe that was the final outfitting this person was starting to wear, but she did. she wanted to feel them. And she got herself a feel of these shorts. And I'm like, y'all know we're all watching this? Like, I was like, and I started to go like, we're watching you grab his shorts. We're looking at you, right? Like there's an intern, there's 3 other reporters, there's television cameras. We're all looking at you. But she was curious, and it was from a nice perspective. Like, I don't think she was doing that, but he was like, yeah, talking about it. My brain turned off, and I just almost started laughing. And I looked to my right to stop looking at this because I don't know why this is happening in front of me. So I turned to my right. I'm looking at the intern, and she's like, John, she's looking at me like, why are you about to keel over laughing? Because I was just not mature enough for that moment, because you're like, what is this? Microphone, questions. It's not time to feel the jorts. And I probably should have said, hey, man, what kind are they? They look cool. So it caught someone's attention. I'm just a regular boxer's guy. Haynes. I'm thankfully the intern was there. I turned and looked, and I said, she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong. And I almost lost. It was to that point where you're just like, what is going on here? This is not in the vision of what I need to be seeing right now. I just want to ask about the game. Trust me, from a friendly place. It wasn't anything because there's a lot of people there, but it was weird. I ain't that close with these players. Hey, man, what's the... Hey, man, what are those jorts? Like, just because, that's the kind of thought I had, was like, this. If this happened for a guy, it'd be so weird, Exactly. So that's where my mind went. And I was trying to ask myself, is this professional? Should I ask this? And I think about the podcast, and I think about, like, okay, don't make yourself the center of attention by laughing. So I held off. I looked at the intern, and she was serious. So it helped me. Because I almost, in front of a live microphone, just started laughing. Like, what is this? That's not the standard. That's not my standard. But listen, man, it's all good-hearted. I don't think there was anything to it. It's just the visual. Oh, like, and he was comfortable. He was like, I picture, because I'm not comfortable. I'd be like, what are you doing? I'd just be like, what are you doing? Whoa. Wait a minute. Permission. So, so I didn't know how to handle it. I almost, like I said, so I just turned like this and waited for that thing to be done. I think there were more clothes. I have to investigate. There were more clothes put on. I swear there were more clothes put on, because that was not, hold on. I think I have it. Oh, my phone's dead. I can report on the next podcast, because I have the post video of a recording. So afterwards, not while it was happening. You know what I mean? So that's just, I'm not at sometimes mature enough for some things. So that was weird. Luckily, like I said, the intern, bless her heart, she kept me calm, and then we could do the interview. So, can you get those on Amazon? You get them on sale? Whatever. I don't know. I think when you come from a good place, you don't think about those kind of things, but there were other people there. And trust me, it was not that. Because if it was that, I would have fell out laughing. And just like I did here, I would have just fell out laughing. But I knew it was genuine, like just being nice and curious. But that one might have required a DM. Slide into the DM and be like, man, your shorts were pretty cool. Slide into the DM. There's business going on here. All right. So then I'm like, okay, this is going to be a weird day. I leave. I get all my stuff together. All the interviews are great. I get on the shuttle, which I told you how I should not use the shuttle anymore. The shuttle's partying. Like, the workers were jamming out to jazz and they were dancing on the bus as I walked in. And so they're dancing and I walk in and I'm like, is this to the parking lot? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so there's a whole party going on. And I feel like I'm on the wrong bus. And naturally, for a true 30 seconds, I felt like I'm literally going to be on some party and I don't know where I'm going to end up. And I said, okay, I asked him, this is going to the parking lot. He said, yeah. And there's a party going on. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm feeling it. I'm like, all right, let's go. So there's a party going on. Now we're about halfway there. Now it gets next level. Security guard's like, girl, I don't know if he was friends with her. He was like, girl, there's a pole up there. Do your thing. I said, what? He's like, I was behind him and he was right in front of me. And he's like, girl, there's a pole there. Do your thing. And she did her thing. And I was like, what God is kind of test is this? And then I laughed and he high-fived me. He's like, oh yeah, I did. And I said, yes, you did. And we laughed. And she did her thing in front of the bus. It was a good vibe. I don't know. I didn't look, but I know I saw because she was getting the cheers. Dun, dun, dun. Like, I don't know what's going on. I've frozen waiting for the bus. And this was a little bit more fun, but it was comfortable. It felt like, okay, it's 5 o'clock somewhere and they were having a good time, but I was exhausted. And I was trying to think of the show, how to plan it, if people are going to like it. Girl, do your thing. There's a pole there. So that's how the end of the day went before I got here and drove to the studio. Right? What do you make of that? How do you handle that? Do you like tell bro like, hey man, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, touch elsewhere. No touching. No touching. It should be the rule. But if there's a comfortableness, like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that level of comfortableness. I'm more awkward and shy. Oh. They were, and I'm not gonna lie, I did take a peek. They look cool. They had some patterns, but it was like I was allowed 3 seconds. I looked and I turned. Like, I ain't supposed to be looking like that. Because I couldn't decipher what it was. It was way cooler than my status. I'm a pattern plaid Hanes guy. Oh, look at that. Already. But listen, it was not nefarious. But it almost broke me. Like, you just think about, like, this is not normal. This is not normal. I just need normal in my life because I have an abnormal job. I just don't need that in a series of things to happen. Security sent me to the wrong spot. They wanted me to give them food. This is happening in the locker room. And there was a party bus when I'm dead tired and written 5,000 words. And there was a lady twerking in the bus. And it didn't end. There's one more thing to cap off this for the last 5 minutes. I get through the traffic. I guess some roads to Jefferson are closed on Cadillac. So I make my way through. It didn't crash the car. Now Baby Got Back is blasting in a bus. Blasting at I'm talking about, where's this coming from? But Baby Got Back. Bump, bump, bump. You know the music, right? The two homeless guys on the corner of Jefferson at the light by 94 are dancing and getting down. And I'm sitting at the light. It's the longest light in the history of lights. I'm like, okay, this is going to be 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. He went to the next verse. It went to the next verse and it was still red. And these guys are doing a twirl. They were dancing. They were the happiest two homeless men I've ever seen. I almost wanted to get out there and be like, dude, cool. They were dancing and ready to have a party. And I knew clearly they were homeless. But they were in a good mood. And so I'm sitting there in my car like this, and I'm looking to the left. I'm like, where's this music coming from? And I'm looking at like, okay, I got to make sure that I go when it's green. These guys are doing a full-on dance, break dancing almost. They were break dancing. Baby got back. I just was like, in a series of those things, it's just a little too much stimulation for the doc in a row. So please don't ever take any insult if you ever hear this. It's just, I have a high-stress job outside of sports, and sports is stressful. But when it happens like that in a series of hours, that is way overstimulating for the doc. And you can't shake it. I can't shake the visual of the grab. I can't shake the visual of these guys debating why I didn't bring him a cookie. Can't shake the homeless guy breakdancing. And I'm never going to forget in my life the lady twerking on the bus. Is that what I deserve? God was just like, weave your way, pal. Try not to talk about this. It's not easily. That's a lot. Like, I can handle, like, usually one thing happens. That's a lot. That's a lot of stimulation for the doc, you know? And plus, you got to remember, I'm watching football. I'm documenting plays. I'm trying to be accurate. I'm creating video content. But that was freaky. Top to bottom, from the moment the day started. Like, in what world would I picture a lady grabbing a guy, an athlete, with consent? I was like, this is why Jalen Reeves-Maven hates the media. Friendly. Trust me. I want it clear. It's friendly and consensual. But it was in public. I'd be like, guys, can you take this, like, to the corner? Can you, like, do I, like, see? And also to my brain now, and here goes, am I allowed to turn to the intern and be like, is that normal to be like, I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but is this normal? Like, is this subject to any kind of discussion of any kind? What would I do? What would you say to that? Other than I looked over and I know a young reporter was smiling, and it's just somebody's going to be sharing that story privately, not publicly, like dumbass that I am. But that's what happened today. Outside of that, covering the NFL. And see, that's what the thing is. I don't know how to, like, I don't complain. Like, I don't, like, say to people, I don't ask the PR staff, like, is this normal? Like, do you do this? I just go with the flow and talk about it here. But that was not normal. That was not normal. And so I feel like if I said something, it would be viewed as, this guy's not a team player. Like, just let it go. I can't let it go. It's seared into my brain. Because when you are an active listener and psychologist, you have this hyper awareness. Like, you just, things stick with you. They don't just leave. They don't leave my consciousness. Now probably it will, after I've laughed my ass off. I should have laughed right there in front of everybody. Thankfully, the intern was there to stay. I think she was going to say something wrong. I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. But can you tell me, like, what those are? Maybe I need a pair. Hey, I got a pair. I got them too. I should have said, you know what? I should have made everybody laugh. I should have said, man, what a small world. I got them too. I got them too. What? All right. I don't know what that did for anybody, but it definitely made me feel a whole hell of a lot better. Oh man, what is my world? That's the stuff I go through. And I don't share it a lot. I just talk to my wife and my best friend. But that's how it happens for me. Like, it doesn't happen like one small incident. It just happens in a series of weird stuff. The homeless man dancing to Baby Got Back. How do you let that leave your brain? Baby got back, and he was just having a good time. And it was loud. Where was it coming from? I just was looking at him. Loud in Detroit. Yeah, I could pick them up in a lineup. Yeah, I could pick them up. They were fashionable. Man, like that's the stuff that happens to me throughout the course of my day. Most of the time, it can be processed. A lot of times, it can't. And now I got a platform. I'm just going to share it. Hopefully, I don't get talked to. I don't know. And no names were mentioned. It was real. There were witnesses. That was 2 hours. Fast 2 hours. Thank you guys. I hope you found something in it, at least a little bit of entertainment in the fact that I know you guys have similar days like this. They're just a little bit weird. And in the mix of that, there's a football game that you're covering for a national outlet. Doc is on the worst dress list in the media, for sure. Just collared and plaid regular pants and same kind of stuff. No, I didn't say that. I said Sam Laporta's Dan Campbell downplayed. With Ahmed, Dan Campbell could be out for a minute. Hit the like button. I hope you liked the last 10 minutes. I hope you liked the last mix of entertainment. I don't know, made me feel better. Now I'm probably going to start to forget it. But just picture that in a row. How does a human handle that? Like, what do? Just call your wife and say, like, this is what happened to me today? I feel like it was better to do it here because it was funny and it was weird. Ahmed Hassani, we're going to find out tomorrow what the results indicate. Maybe by the next episode tomorrow afternoon, maybe around 2-ish, 3-ish, I will have these special boxers. And I will declare, and I'm going to take a picture in them. I'm like a lion in a fashion. Oh, what is that? And you guys as well for me. Thanks, Doc. You help us forget the stressors in life, even for a little bit. And you guys, too, help me debriefing on what's going on. Hopefully you respect my takes. Smash the like button. 2 hours by myself post-game, and then dealing with all that. Tomorrow should be a normal day. But I might upgrade the boxers. I'm the Doc, John Macaroon. I hope you laughed. I hope you're entertained. I hope you found value in this. Watch it. And let me know if I handled it wrong. Should I even brought it up? I don't know. Smash the like button. Thanks for the 700 people that are in here now. X, YouTube. Peace and love. Let's talk tomorrow. My time's up.